and find their feet. In the meanwhile, there is another news-driven stock that we are discussing. The government has approved 20% ethanol blending in petrol to reduce vehicular pollution. Remember, the old number was 10%, and I think actually the average perhaps is 6%. Shishir Joshipura, the Managing Director and CEO of Praj Industries, joins us to assess the impact on their business. Good morning, Mr. Joshipura. Thank you very much for joining in. Well, does this mean more business? Can you just assess the impact on your own company?
Good morning. Yes, this is a time in which the policy has been very progressive. It has continuously pushed forward for inclusion of biofuels in the overall energy mix of the country, and that augurs well because on many dimensions it improves a farmer's income. It will help to alleviate the pollution. It will help the company save foreign exchange. It will create rural and urban employment. So I think from all dimensions, this has been a very positive development in the field. The advancing of the 20% target from 2030 to 2025 means that we now have to create a capacity in the country for so much more ethanol, which currently, as you had mentioned, is at about 6% blending. And that means that we still have to bridge the gap of 14% over the next 4 years. And that means that we have to create almost 1,000 crore liter of capacity in the country on an annualized basis that will be required to meet
Joshipura, that is understood, sir. Mr. Joshipura, that is understood, but I'm just wanting to know whether companies have come to you with any orders and where does your order book stand?
Yes, we are seeing very positive traction now on our order book. I think the first, of course, is the fact that the inquiry levels have to go up, and we have seen inquiries level increase every quarter. We are now more than double the level of what we were a year back. So that is very clearly indicative of the fact that more projects will come on the ground. We are already beginning to see finalization speed picking up at the back of several other policies that have also helped speeding up of the capacity creation. From the feedstock freeing up, not only on the sugar side, but also on the grain side now. So we have both the sugary feedstock and the starchy feedstock coming into play. So we are seeing a very high speed of inquiries increasing, as well as coming to finalization table, and the projects are getting to the closure stage.
Okay, that's very optimistic to hear that your order book has more than doubled and there is a high speed of inquiries. I'm sure this would mean more capacity expansion for you. What's the capacity currently and how much would you raise it to, say, over the next 1 year? And what are the funds that you will plow in for this?
So the good news on our front is that since this is a very technology-based offering, and the technology is already available and proven. For example, in India now we are moving towards molasses B and sugar-based ethanol generation, and Praj has built syrup-based plant over a decade ago in overseas markets. So for us, we are bringing home the technology that we've already built outside the country, and from that perspective, we are very happy that we are able to bring something very contemporary back to the shores of India. In terms of capacity per se, we are very well geared to meet this demand of increased production that may be called for setting up this. And we have already set up an entire ecosystem for that. So we are not looking to invest anything on the large size except for a minor automation on our shop floor. But more important than that is we'll continue to invest in the technology side of our business, because as newer feedstocks emerge, we'll have to find how do we improve the yields and improve returns for our customers. So most of our investment will go towards improving the technology and not so much towards creating the capacity.
Mr. Joshipura, we have some numbers from you from the last time. You said in the third quarter you had an order intake of 605 crores. For the 9 months, it was 1320 crores. And your overall order book at the end of third quarter, you told us, is 1665 crores. So can you give us at least two numbers now? What is the fresh order intake in Q4? What is the total order book standing at?
Well, we'll have to wait till 31st of March for that matter to get the number out. But I can only tell you that we are going to continue to improve on our performance from what we had in the last quarter.
Always tell us for 2.5 months, Mr. Joshipura. I mean, it would still give your investors some idea. Is it better than 605 crores that you did in Q3?
Yes, it will be better than that. correct.
Okay. You said that, a lot of the demand is coming through because the government is now looking to reduce vehicular pollution. But what about the demand for pharma-grade alcohol? Has that picked up as well? And, where does the opportunity lie there?
So pharma-grade alcohol is a little differentiated subject across the world because different countries have different standards for pharma-grade alcohol. So the US pharma-grade alcohol was the big requirement that came at the start of the pandemic period, the first 6 months of the pandemic last year. And we have backed several very, very prestigious projects that we are building in the United States now. And we also expect some other countries also to wake up to this newfound reality that maybe some of the products are best not imported but built onshore. And we are finding several governments are now leading efforts to create capacities within their own boundaries for what they consider to be an essential commodity called pharma-grade alcohol. Okay. So there is a newfound demand that we see as emerged for pharma-grade alcohol. At the same time, over a period of time, we expect that the ecosystem will stabilize because the pharma-grade alcohol by itself is not the end product that one puts to use because you have to then make a sanitizer out of it or a disinfectant out of it. And for that, I think wherever the commercial flows take place, the PGA will flow in that direction. But right now, we have seen in the last 12 months a decent demand emerge for pharma-grade alcohol as well.
Okay. You were, before COVID, doing an EBITDA of about 75, 80 crores. What might you... This year, of course, I think in the first 9 months, you could only do about 44 crores. What do you think you can do in FY22? Will you do much better than 80 crore?
Well, time will tell whether we'll do much. That's our plan, that we will do much better than what we've done in the past. And also, I think the last year, this current financial year, the first 6 months were highly unusual. So I do not...
I wasn't comparing this year, sir. No, I wasn't comparing this year. I said till FY20, you were doing 75 to 80 crore, FY20 and FY19. So in 22, will you get back and do even better than FY20?
As I said, that we have seen upsurge in inquiry and order book is already visible to everybody. So if those leveraging kicks in, which it will, we will obviously be doing better than what we've done in the past.
Okay, all the best for that and hope to speak to you soon. That's the word coming in from Praj Industries. They see a large amount of demand picking up. Inquiries have gone up. Order book has doubled as well. And they're putting some capex to work. Let's look at the past financials. First, we have the revenue picture coming up for you on your screen. Then, of course, we have the operational performance as well. That's looking good for the company over the last 4 years in terms of revenues. The EBITDA trend should also show up for you in a bit. From FY18, it's been on the rise. It's been actually a bit choppy over the last 6 years, as you can see. And then the profit after tax performance as well. That too has been slightly lumpy for them.
It's a good company. The only problem is the earnings volatility. I remember, when 2004 or 5, it was a big investor had picked up 5% stake in Praj. It was supposed to be the next big thing, but just not fulfill that potential. But off late, you've seen some good going. The pre-open has settled, by the way, and it looks like